Hi, sorry, I was drafting a message to someone else. Um, okay. So I watched your video like last night. Just took
Okay.
some little notes on it, and look, I don't really care about like just stupid like criticisms and shit, but you just allege some things against me that are just not true.
Okay.
Um,
Wait, hold on. Before you say anything, I do. There are like two things from the video that I kind of like now because the evidence for some like two of the things I want to talk about are like kind of were kind of buried at the time and were kind of hard to find. So
mhm.
the first thing is the age gate on Tyler's Twitter. It was changed
Yeah,
to plus
that's
18.
so
Yeah.
that was one thing that struck me as pretty because there was a lot of
Yeah.
like just deceptive framing in the video that made it seem like that was the case, and you repeatedly
I
said that it wasn't the case, and that was changed shortly after. And not only that, but she even as a minor put things on her account that said no minors, this, that, or the other.
I
So
mean, yeah, but listen, listen. I get that it said like no minors at some point, but like really, you got to get rid of that 15 plus age gate. I think that it's still weird. I think that's still weird that it happened, but ultimately, if you are willing to write it off as she was just a dumb kid at the time, I'm willing to do that. I honestly would say the same thing about the Ruben picture, the
that's
one that he
so
drew.
so the
If you
reason
want to
that
talk
I
about that.
actually even mentioned that in the video is
Hmm.
specifically because yes, I would write her that off as things that she did as a dumb kid. The reason that I only ever mentioned the thing that Ruben did is because I also think that that was something he did as a dumb kid.
Okay, okay, then I think we can agree there. That's good. And there was that other thing. This is kind of I'm kind of confused about the situation, like where the evidence is coming from, because you said that it was coming from a pedophile.
Yes,
But
so
yeah,
you also said that it was like Mods for Dummies that like launched an investigation. That's not what happened. Uh, there's just plenty of stuff. I think like I mean like a good amount of the framing in your video or just the background is just not true. Like it's not what happened, even
I
down
mean,
to you saying that
yeah,
Mods for Dummies like called out my girlfriend's, and that's not what happened. They
I
didn't
mean like
even
it's
know.
right. The tweet's right there. The tweet's right there. That's how Ruben got pulled into this whole thing. Is kind of what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, but so they
Like,
didn't know. They weren't calling out her NSFW account. They didn't even know that she had one at that time.
right?
They had
Yeah.
seen 18 plus in her bio, and that's what they based their entire thing off of. That's what they based their entire thing off of. They didn't know
They
she had
saw
an
that.
NSFW account. Nobody knew that she had an NSFW account. I was actually the one that first publicized that information.
Wait, so the thing that they linked to. Okay,
Yes.
hold on.
So
This
if
is
you, if
fucking
you look
weird.
at it,
No,
look at
hold
if you
on.
look
No,
at the
no, no, hold
screenshot,
on,
you'll
hold on.
see that the thing that they're linking to is just her Roblox account.
Okay. And then there's a Twitter next to it that says 18 plus on it.
No, no, it did not say 18
Or
plus on her Twitter. No, that was her.
okay,
That was
this
her
is
safe
fucking
for
weird.
work public Twitter account.
Did she own like bypass like models or something? Like what the fuck?
No,
I don't
no.
because that seems weird. Mod for dummies, like as far as I've seen,
Well,
mods for dummies doesn't just find like
that's why Ruben apologized to me when I first brought it up to him.
okay, whatever. Um, I mean, I still think that I'm seeing some things here that are still very weird to me. But the source, the guy who's been giving it to
So,
me,
so
is it
yeah,
like
so the
his
guy,
girlfriend?
so
His
yeah, so
girlfriend was a
here's the thing.
pedophile?
So the guy that made the Soy Jack party thread and has been in
Hmm.
Ruben's ear this whole time. That guy is working on behalf of my girlfriend's abuser, Milk Dad. They're working like in tandem with each other, and he is also doing this because he is trying to get revenge against my girlfriend for his girlfriend, who my
That
girlfriend made, correctly labeled a pedophile. He said this in multiple times in confrontation with me that he was like, clearly upset
do
about
you,
that.
okay, hold on. Do you have proof that he's working with Milk Dad? Because
Yep.
like that
Yeah,
sounds
I
like
have.
fucking
Yep.
QAnon
I
level
have. I
conspiracy
have.
theory
So
shit,
the
dude.
reason that so this has been a long time coming that he even made this. He initially about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, it started as him saying that he was going to make a Google Doc on my girlfriend, and the initial thing that he was making the Google Doc on was some bullshit. He was like, oh, well, she wasn't really abused. She lied about the abuse somehow, and Milk Dad was the real victim. That was his like thesis statement for the original document. I have logs of everything. I can dig it up right now.
Yeah, because listen, I have access to every single piece of evidence, every single log. I have seen nothing in relation with Milk Dad so far. None of this is in relation with Milk Dad. I have access to every single message. I have access to everything.
Yeah.
I see.
No,
I
he wouldn't.
see.
If you go back to the Soy Jack Party thread, you could see there's some people that are talking about Milk Dad, and those are his friends that are like, feeding into it on there. But I think what he realized is, that that was a losing point. So he didn't put that in. He didn't publicize that little bit. But also, if you go back to the original Soy Jack Party thread, what I guess people wouldn't know, but it's something that I picked up on. There are screenshots that are there that were supplied to them by Milk Dad that they only got because of him.
Okay.
So like there are pieces of evidence that they put in there that are like from my girlfriend's DMs with Milk Dad that he gave to them.
Okay.
So
I mean, like, are any of those screenshots that are being used like from that thread being used now? And even if they are, like, I don't really like care is the thing, because like I'm seeing a lot of these screenshots, and your girlfriend still did a lot of really fucked up shit.
I denounce the shit that my girlfriend did. I'm not gonna like sit here and the main thing that I am taking issue with here is the things that you said about me, and I also don't really jive with this whole clickbait, like the crimes of like, what did I do?
Well, okay. What did you do? Well, your girlfriend committed numerous crimes. That's why I said crimes.
Well,
to be honest, if you want to really know, it made a good fucking thumbnail and a good fucking title. All right. Don't take this as me being like some disingenuous fucking asshole, okay?
Well, it is kind of disingenuous because that's like you're literally.
But I never alluded in the video. In the video, I never alluded you to committing any crimes.
Well, you also said
I alluded to your girlfriend committing crimes.
You said that I said that kids can consent, and you cut.
You did say that.
No, I didn't. You cut two clips together. You cut two clips together.
You said the kids were not uncomfortable. You said the kids were not uncomfortable with this and did not object to this in any way. That means the kids were fine with it. That means the kids consented. Yes, you did. It was right there, dude.
I didn't say
it was right fucking there.
So
what are you talking about?
You cut two different clips together from two different instances, and I have the timestamps for it. You cut two different clips together to make it seem like I was talking about the same thing. You cut a clip from the first part where I talked to the person in the conversation where she sent a drawn piece that she did where she already censored it. It was not explicit in any way. It was censored.
I mean, I would argue differently, because the message is immediately below that, where oh, beautiful, oh, like who the fuck talks like that?
So
and is it like what the hell?
That was with someone who is like not even. There was like a year between her and that person. That person is a 17-year-old, and
but it's still
they were. Excuse me, let me actually finish, please. Dude. That person was telling the people who are responsible for like surfacing all these screenshots that they didn't want their screenshots used, that they didn't feel like this, that the reason that I mentioned that shit is because they didn't consult this person at all, and they went directly against their wishes. I never said the word consent isn't even in that entire fucking part. It isn't even in that part. I never
Okay, then why are you defending, like she still sent porn to minors, she still sent suggestive artwork to minors, which I get suggestive artwork.
You know what I said? You know what I said about that?
Hey man.
Okay. Hey man. You know what I said about that? I said that was irresponsible, and I cracked down on that at the very end.
I wouldn't even say that's irresponsible. I say that's fucking weird, because there's multiple instances. There's even more instances that I can't.
No, it is weird. I agree with you.
Okay.
But I never said that kids can consent. You cut clips together to make it seem like that was what I was saying, and that's not what I was saying. And the only reason that you're getting away with that is because my video is down right now.
It's down, dude. I have there's a full re-upload. Do you want me to put a full re-upload in the description so people can see or something? Because it's all right there.
No, like, I would prefer if you just didn't cut clips together deceptively to make it seem like I said that kids can consent.
You said the kids. Listen, then why does it make it fine if she sent porn in a group chat full of kids? What makes it fine?
I didn't say that it was fine. Why
are you defending her then?
You
were defending her at the very least. Like, I don't get the point of, like, why?
I never said that it was fine. I never said that it was fine, and I actually said that it was not okay.
Dude, oh my fucking god.
You want me to pull up the clips? I said it.
All right, hold on. Let me relook at these clips real quick. Let me relook at these clips real quick. I have not been schizophrenically following this since like last night. I was schizophrenically following it last night because it was blowing up. But let's see. Let's see the timestamps for these videos.
If you go to the end of the segment, you'll see that I said that it was irresponsible. I think I said that it shouldn't have. That I blatantly said that even as a joke, you shouldn't be sending shit like this in a group chat that has kids in it.
Here.
I said that at the end of the segment.
I'm looking at the clips that I put in my thing right now, and then I'll go over to your video and I'll look at what you fucking said in that video. Just give me a second, man.
Sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Holy sh**.
For dating me. So, I don't think like other people in there were the ones that were just. I think this was probably
He's a pussy.
in totality. One time, I think this was probably
Group
you should be sending.
group chat where you thought no
Probably, I mean,
listening, and he never said it to my face because he's a pussy.
the timestamp, by the way, for the stuff that I said about that I'm saying, I said is at 10:30 in the video.
Okay. In my video or
In my video.
Okay.
I would say I think this was probably, I mean, I guess irresponsible on Tyler's part. I don't think that even jokingly you should be sending, you know, R34 in a group chat, even if the other people in there were the ones that were joking about it too and asking for the full. I think it's pretty dishonest, though, to try and pigeonhole this into anything bigger than that, though. I don't think this is evidence of either pedophilia or grooming, not only because none of the victims said anything like that.
I think, did I leave out you explaining your point?
Yes. Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
And I thought I grabbed that.
And you also, the thing that I take major issue with is you cut a clip that was actually before it, but made it look like it was applying to the Sans image, which it was not. That is not what I was saying.
Listen.
That was not what I was saying. And you made it seem like what I was saying is that 15-year-old consented to that being said, and I never said that.
Well, listen, you did say they were in the. Okay, hold on. Oh my fucking god. They're in the same group chat. Okay. They're in the same group chat. This is being sent to all of these kids. They have probably seen those images. If not, the 15-year-old still saw a full GIF of Sans with his asshole and balls out. So that's still weird.
So that, I agree with you. That's weird. And you know what? I wasn't talking about that in the clip that you put there to say that I was talking about it.
Okay. I just combined those together.
You were making it seem like I was saying that kid consented to that being said, and I did not say that. I didn't even say that of the person that you're claiming that I said that for.
I mean, let me pull up your explanation. Let me pull up your explanation real quick, and I can tell you what it seems like you said to at least me, what it seems like you said to everyone, and maybe even your words yourself.
Sure.
Here.
I can tell you. So I said that the person was 17 and they grew up and they are now a 19-year-old adult, and that they are friends with Tyler. And the reason I mentioned that is specifically because they went against this person's wishes. This person was urging those people to not use their screenshots because they felt this way about it. They went against their wishes and they used those screenshots anyways. Because the image that Tyler sent that they saw was not even explicit. It was censored nudity.
I'd say it's suggestive, considering they're saying boobs, under it their boobs are out, so it's still weird.
Fair. No, I agree. You know what? You could say I agree. I mean, I don't send shit like that. It's weird. I agree with you. But the thing is that the person that you're citing that was in that instance said and told everybody that they didn't want this to be used because they didn't think that it was, X, Y, or Z, and they told everybody to not use it, and they went against their wishes and they used it anyways.
Oh my god, does this matter? at all, because I don't understand why are you saying like they went against their wishes? Like you're hammering that in. That doesn't make sense.
Well, because
to
if
me.
you're talking about the actual victim here of
Okay.
that image, if you're talking about the victim of I think so. Here's my kind of my policy on this. I don't think we should like listen to like if you have an instance where you have a child predator and they groom like a I don't know, like a 13-year-old or something, and the kid's like, oh no, like it was okay, dude, like don't worry about it. You have enough evidence in that case to be like, okay, that person is clearly, let's say, at least under the influence, or they're not making a good decision. We should not listen to that 13-year-old in that instance, right? Even if they say, oh, I wasn't groomed or whatever, blah 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 blah.
Even if, well, I would argue even if they were, even if they grew up, like not every grooming victim knows
Sure,
that they were groomed,
sure,
even until they
sure,
were older. So
sure.
I would.
But so but then we're talking about grooming victims, and I don't think someone just sending like censored suggestive art that they drew is like grooming someone.
Well, I would argue differently, because there are other instances of people in this chat. In fact, that same person that's in that chat that is responding to the censored nudity, I've seen send porn in that chat. Okay? So I don't know what.
So and how is
why
that,
kids?
how is that on
Let me get
Tyler?
to
How
my
is that
point.
on
Let me get to
Tyler?
my point. Why would kids feel comfortable sharing porn? Is my question. Why would kids feel comfortable sharing porn if they are not already sexually being taken advantage of? Because I would argue that sending porn to someone is a pretty sexual act, at least fairly sexually charged.
So here's the thing. So that's totally possible that they are at least like that they've been victimized outside of that instance, but that doesn't mean that we can, without evidence, say that Tyler is the one that victimized them.
I think that Tyler definitely contributed to it. That's what I think. Because Tyler has sent porn in this chat. There's the picture of do you know the Zootopia penises fucking
So
picture
that
that
was also cut out of context, because what Tyler was doing in that instance was people were saying, like, she was recounting an instance where people were claiming that she was like a zoophile, or she likes zoophilic images. I don't think it should have been sent regardless, but she was sending that because she was saying like, oh look, like it wasn't actually zoophilia. That's the reason that was
She sent a picture of Fox dick to prove that she wasn't a zoophile.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That's not what it. The reason that she said
Okay.
it is because it wasn't actually animal genitalia. That was what.
It wasn't animal gen. It what?
That's
Dude, that's a fox penis. Like I don't. I get it's not like an actual dog getting fucked in the ass. But why are you still sending fox penis to people?
I just said
why
it
are
wasn't
you?
okay. I just said it wasn't okay. There's just other
Dude.
context that makes that like explains the situation.
I still think that these kids were unfortunately groomed into a situation where they felt like sending porn in a group chat and receiving porn from an illegal adult is an okay thing. Like that's not something that someone should feel. Like that's something that's built up over time. Like this is.
So
Dude.
I mean, I agree with you. Like I think it's weird. I don't think it's okay, and I wish it wouldn't have happened. So
Okay.
But then I don't understand the tie-in with me here. What did I?
Well, because you're defending her. Because you're
Okay.
the one defending her, dude.
I just said in the clip that I think it wasn't okay. That I think you shouldn't have
Okay.
done this. I said all that shit, and you're claiming I'm defending it when I didn't do that. All I did was provide the context. All I did was provide context that I think was relevant in the situation. I talked to the actual people involved, and I said what they said.
Hold on. Let me watch this clip just to see.
ahead.
I'm watching this full clip now from your video to see if did you say I don't like this. This is bad, or
Yes,
you just
go to 10:30.
defend?
I said that.
10:30.
10:30 in my video. I said that.
Okay, so you said it was irresponsible. You did say the same thing, but you did say the same thing as you said earlier, where you said What was it?
You shouldn't be sending stuff
Hold
like
on.
that, even as a joke, into a group chat
Yeah.
with kids in it. I said
Yeah,
that.
that's what you said. That was. But you you calling it not grooming is so weird because you're literally encouraging kids in this chat, like being like, look, the adult is doing it, so it's okay to receive this, and it's okay for you to send this to me. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Even intentionally
look,
grooming or not, it's still grooming, and you're still harming kids that way.
I agree that it's still so okay. I've dealt with you also clearly don't look. You clearly don't know much about me.
I would argue, I would say that yes, I don't know a whole lot about you, but looking at this situation, it looks really fucking bad, dude.
So
I would say that you're defending some pretty fucked up shit here.
how am I defending it when I just said, like I just said that it was not okay?
Because you're trying to pass it off as, oh, it's fine. Okay, listen, it's weird, but who cares? That's what you're trying to say here.
I didn't say that. I said it wasn't okay. I said that.
Yeah, you said it wasn't. You said it wasn't.
You shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I know you said that, but it's like you're also saying, dude, you're also saying like this is fucking. You're trying to say don't pigeonhole it into something bigger than it is. But there is something clearly weird going on here. You can't just send porn to kids and expect it to not have some kind of impact on them. What do you mean?
So okay, I've dealt with numerous like instances of pedophilia, grooming, abuse.
I've seen that in some of your videos.
Some of my biggest videos are things like that. That's why I also don't understand this whole like thing that you said about like Ruben's like his actions are redeemed by the things that I don't understand why that's a standard that only applies to Ruben and not to me in that instance. But I get that's also like something that you don't have full knowledge of me or the things.
Well, it's because to be fair, you are like kind of like defending the weird shit case by case based on who is closest to you. I get that you could try to argue, listen, this is me jumping in before in Nathrix shit, okay? You could try to claim the Nathrix shit, but he disowned me.
Okay, so you also mentioned stuff that was not even out at the time that I didn't know about, and you say that I left it out.
Okay.
So
then what's your opinion? Because I know you're talking about the minus 8 stuff, right?
I'm talking about the minus 8 stuff. I'm talking about the what, like you said, the zoo, like
the Zootopia.
Yeah,
the Zootopia image was out for a while. The Zootopia image was out for a while.
The reason I didn't, I guess, know about it is because Ruben blocked me on Twitter. So if he had posted it, I didn't see it.
Have you been keeping? Do you have like a Kiwi Farms account, or have you been keeping up with the Kiwi Farms side? No. Dang, you should probably get that then if you're in getting hot water on Kiwi Farms, dude. That would be my recommendation. like that seems pretty irresponsible on your part. Like that's where all the fucking shit is.
Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'll consider it, but I don't really. I mean,
I'm not asking you to be like you have to sit on the farms 24/7, looking up all these different.
I get
that.
what you're saying. No. I mean, I sincerely, taken. I'll take that suggestion. But no, like this is shit that I didn't know about, and then some of the shit just like appeared like just after I put my video out. Okay. And then I talked to Ruben 2 days after the video, and we agreed that we're just gonna like go our separate ways about this. So
okay.
And I took down the video, and I took down all my other videos, and he took down all his tweets, and we just decided, okay, we're gonna like go our separate ways. That's the other thing about this, is that I don't want to have to respond to this. But your video is racking up thousands of views, and this is like it's egging me on. It's egging me on to do this, and it has you're saying that I said kids can consent. You're saying that I said that kids can consent.
You said that the kids didn't feel uncomfortable with the images, and that made it not as bad. Like that. No, that makes it.
I didn't say that. I didn't say
that.
I didn't say that makes it not as bad. I just said what they said to me.
Then why did you?
The reason I mentioned it is because that person, everybody went against their wishes. That person said like, don't use my screenshots, this, that, or the other, and they went against their wishes and they used them anyways. They completely disregarded everything that person said and they used them anyways. I did not say that makes it okay. I didn't say that at all. I just added the necessary context that you need to actually understand the entire situation in its full context. And then guess what? Then I said at the very end of the entire thing, I don't think you should have done this. I think it was irresponsible. I don't think you should be sending shit like that even as a joke in a group chat.
What context does this fucking add? That they didn't want this picture to come out? Well, it came out, and it's showing Tyler to be fucking weird. Like, I get that that might have been fucking fucked up, but who like, I literally, who cares? Literally, who cares?
I think you should listen to what the victims in these situations
I think
say.
that it's important, yeah, but it's like, dude, this is fucked up. How did you not realize that this is fucking weird, that someone's sending porn or suggestive art
like I said,
to a
I denounce that shit. I agree
No,
with you.
like, I'm talking about the victim here, not you. I'm talking, how does the victim not see that that's weird?
Well, I'm not here to
That's my
argue
point.
with what the victim said. I'm just here to say what they said.
Dude.
But that's what they said to
Oh
me.
my god. Hold on, I'm looking through this clip again just to make sure that you're not fucking me or whatever.
Yeah, go ahead. And you'll see as well in the like segments following it that I also, again, like I said, I mentioned the thing that Ruben did specifically because like that's shit that he did as a like dumb kid, and he even went back as an adult and like said memories and 2013 was a good year and shit like that in regards to it. But even then I still think, even as a young adult there, I still think that was like a while ago, and I think he definitely could have looked back on that and gone, okay, well, that was a stupid thing that I did, you know.
Okay,
I said that in the video.
That's more about the Twitter thing. Okay, that's more about the Twitter thing, because at this point she's the same age as Ruben when he fucking said all of the memories, like whatever. I don't fucking like, dude. Listen, it's still weird because at this point, Ruben responding to that tweet isn't spreading it around, sending it and posting it in more boards. I wouldn't argue. Your girlfriend is sending porn to kids, so.
This was shit that happened like over 2 years ago.
It happened 2 years ago.
Yep, it was over 2
Not over 2 years. 2 years ago.
Majority of the screenshots are from like
that's 2 years ago. Ruben's thing is 8 years ago. So, like, and even up to a year prior, there's again. Well, I want to move to the -8 things because that's interesting to me because a year ago, I can hear myself echoing. I'm sorry. A year ago, I like your girlfriend was like saying like, oh, -8's a pedophile, but he's getting help, so it's fine. Like, what's up with the pedo defending stuff? That combined with the sending porn to kids is really making me concerned.
She said in the screenshots that you're saying that she's defending -8, she specifically says he is a pedophile and I am not defending him.
No, she does not. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll just read this. I'll just read the damn thing that you put on the screen.
That's okay. Here, look. Let me fucking get those pictures again.
I'm pulling them up.
Let me pull them up on my downloads. Hey guys, but again,
Pulling them up right now.
God damn it, where is this?
Actually be trust and fucking yell.
But tag only being a to found out Joe's NSFW account was open to people at the age of but there's
Fucking 50
and with actually talking about -8 is a self-claimed pedo. He said this like years ago and pointed it out that he's getting help. I'm not denying it at all. I'm not gonna repeat myself at all. Are you talking about that?
Yep.
Or are you talking about a different screenshot? She's saying that she's not denying the fact that he's a pedophile.
Yeah.
So how is that saying that she's not defending him?
What? That's like, but she just.
That's what
she's
you
a
just
pedophile.
you just
She just said that he's a pedophile.
Yeah, she
she's
just
not
said
gonna
that he's a
deny that.
pedophile, and that she's not going to deny. How you said to me, she said that she's not defending him. This is her saying she's not denying that he's a pedophile.
That was then. I misread that. I wrote that at like 2 a.m. So.
Okay.
So
okay,
that
buddy.
I guess I mistook denying for defending, which is like pretty
Okay.
much. I mean, you can just read this. That's.
Hey, that just sounds like dyslexia to me. You might want to go get your eyes checked, but
Okay. Well, I do have. Like, I mean, you joke. And here's some other shit that I take issue with. You also make fun of me for the dilly stuff.
yeah,
Which was like.
I think that's a pretty similar situation. I think it's a pretty similar situation.
I was a minor.
Yeah.
I was a minor. Let's just get that out of the way. That was my friend who I had known for months on months on months on months, who I genuinely believed was telling me the truth, and he just lied to me. He just lied to me, and you joke about it and you laugh about it, and I really think that's really shitty. I really think that's really shitty.
It's shitty for me for laughing at you for fucking failing to get a fucking story straight.
I think
you can laugh at me you can laugh at me to fuck up parts of this story. I don't care. But I don't see how you can then sit here and then get mad at me for laughing at you when you fuck up a story.
Well, because I already acknowledged it over a year ago, and I already owned up to it, and I said like, hey, this is what happened. I'm taking advantage of.
Yeah, but I'm also pulling that up because it's like a pretty similar situation. Someone close to you is telling you information that's just not true. Like I don't like you, and then you're defending them for doing weird shit. Like it's like the same. Do you know the whole iDubbbz and Nisa situation?
Okay.
Like that's what it sounds like. This is what it looks like to me.
That's okay.
It's not word for word the same fucking thing. Of course, your girlfriend's not fucking Anissa Joma herself, but it's like it's pretty similar. It seems like you're just trying to defend her as hard as you can because I don't know, you fucking want to fuck this girl or something, dude. You can't fix her. I'm sorry. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like
are you done? You're gonna keep going?
Yeah, you can go now. You can go now.
So, this is my girlfriend. I love this girl.
Okay.
I fully acknowledged in the video the things that she's done that are wrong, and I said at the very end, I don't know if you actually watched the damn thing, but I said at the very end that I am like dedicated to getting her help and trying. Like I've gotten her counseling. I have gotten her medication. I've gotten her like diagnosed with like X, Y, and Z, and I've been dedicated to helping her and like, you know, helping her get through like her abuse and the things and the trauma that happened to her. Because I fully agree with you that you said that hurt people, and that is true. That is true. People that are victims of sexual violence and shit like that, like my girlfriend, if it goes unchecked, will go on to hurt people.
And I think here it has.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Like I said, I denounce that shit. I agree with you. And the things that came out afterwards, that's also the other reason why I took the video down. Because that shit, you know, kind of trumps the stuff that I was even talking about in the video. And I'm not going to defend that shit. I'm not going to defend that shit. And I do not defend that shit. I do not defend. I am not, in some hive mind with my girlfriend. She doesn't. You also said that you wouldn't be surprised if I knew about these things, and that I just, you know what? I didn't know about these things. I didn't know about these things at all.
Okay, then you're saying that I'm wrong here. Okay, I said I wouldn't be surprised if you knew about it because this is your girlfriend. She probably would have told you something about this, right? Like, if you'd known her for this long, you probably would have heard like, hey, I've done some fucked up shit with minors in the past. Okay, I feel bad about it or something. Like I thought that you would have heard something like that, and if you haven't,
she told me that she didn't even remember that this group chat had existed, which
I'm not dude.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, how did you not remember that? I'm just telling you what she told me. She never told me shit like this. And I'm telling you, I'm not defending it.
Well, listen, I think that it's great that you're getting her counseling and shit, but like, this is like a girl who's fucking halfway across the world, and you're trying to push aside her past to take down Ruben Sim to an extent. Like it's trying to make Ruben Sim seem like the bad guy in this situation. That's why people
the videos are down, man.
Dude,
the videos are down.
You still kept them up. You still listen here. You said in a pinned comment. You said in a pinned comment of the call with Ruben Sim that you won't protect any statements from those videos.
Videos predated all this stuff that you're talking about right now. None of that was out.
All of what stuff?
All of the stuff of her in this group chat with minors. All of that shit not predates. I mean
predated.
Post dates the video. That was weeks. That was like in the days and weeks after my video came out. I had no idea that shit existed. I was not putting.
You had an idea of the suggestive art and the Sans asshole and balls and shit, dude.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You put them in the video.
That was in the days and weeks after the Ruben video was posted. I put that in the other follow-up video that you're talking about, but the initial video that you're saying I'm putting aside aside her past to go at Ruben's for. The Ruben's derangement syndrome video that I made, none of that shit was out.
Okay.
So I was not putting aside her past to do that. This is not what happened.
Then you've got your fucking priorities messed up, dude. How are you gonna call Ruben a fucking disgusting person for doing something stupid when he was a kid?
I didn't do that.
And then see, you did do that. You pointed out that picture. Oh,
the explicit reason,
whatever.
the reason that I explicitly mentioned that is because he was dragging up things that she did as a kid, things that you also mentioned as well. But you claim that she did. That you claim that she wasn't a kid. So that's the reason I mentioned it. It was explicitly mentioned under that context. I said I fully expect Ruben to have changed and like looked back on this and realized that he shouldn't have done that. And that's what Tyler did as well with the things that she did as a kid. Okay.
So then my real question is, why the fuck did you make the video on Ruben's sim? Like, this doesn't make sense because he's... Do you think that Ruben's a bad guy? I want to know that. Do you think that Ruben's a bad guy?
I think Ruben has done things that I think are worth criticism. I overall do not think he's like a bad person or this, that, or the other. I just think that he's not absolved of criticism. The reason I took the video down is because I'm not going to lose my girlfriend's life over internet drama. I'm not gonna die.
Wait,
on
your
the
girlfriend's
hill.
life? Is she like
My girlfriend is
herself?
currently like, okay. I don't want this. Like, I don't want this to have to be public information because if you publicize information like this, then people go like, oh, you're like suicide baiting or whatnot.
Yeah, well.
But my girlfriend has been very quiet as of recent because my girlfriend is horribly suicidal because of all of this, and I've been trying to help her, and I've been trying to. She feels very, very sorry about all of this, and she's been like writing to me that she thinks that she is a horrible person and that she has attempted multiple she's been on the verge of attempting multiple times, and I've had to talk her back from it, and that's also why I've been very silent about this and why I've just wanted this to go the fuck away.
Okay.
I do not want to lose my girlfriend. This is serious shit.
Yeah, I'd agree that
I do
sucks.
not want to lose my girlfriend's life over internet drama, and that's why I took the videos down, and that's why I'm not going to die on this hill of being like, oh, Ruben Sim heckin', sucks or whatever. I'm not gonna. This is not worth that. It's not worth that.
Then you just don't think he's above criticism? You think that he... Well, I mean, yeah, he's not above criticism, but it's like, what? Like, again, I still don't know what's...
Again, all the stuff that you're saying about my girlfriend all post-dates the video.
Okay.
All of that shit, I had no idea when I made the video.
Yeah, what's the point of this? Is it like because it looks like you're smearing Ruben, when in reality I think that he hasn't really done a whole lot that's like horribly bad, and people like, the Captain Argonaut guy and the fucking Jersey Furry guy, like how they...
those guys. I know those guys. Yes.
Like
I'm not here to relitigate shit that I said in the video because those videos are down and I am trying to put that shit to rest. So those videos were made just because I thought it was an interesting topic and I wanted to air some of my criticisms about Ruben. But I'm not going to die on that hill of those videos. Those videos are down because I'm trying to protect my girlfriend at this point. I want her to be okay and I want people to stop attacking her. I agree with you that the shit that she did is fucked up. I have told her that I think the shit that she did is fucked up. I said in the videos that I think it shouldn't have happened, that I think it was irresponsible, and that was before I even knew some of this further stuff that came out afterwards. I am not defending this shit at all. I do not think it was okay. I care about this girl, and I am trying to, as I have been trying to for months and years at this point. Over a year, and we're coming up on dating for 2 years now. I have been trying to get her help, and I've been trying to... The reason that we started dating in the first place was, like, we came together over her... She spoke to me in private about the abuse that she had sustained at the hands of Milk Dead, and that was a very, like, that was a really big hurdle for her to overcome, and she was incredibly brave for reaching out to me and telling me about that, and I've been dedicated to helping her, and that's what loving someone is. I want to help this girl. You can tell me that you think that you know, whatever, you're not gonna fix her, all this other shit. I want to help her. I want to help her, and I've seen her grow. Like, I've seen her grow and look back on herself and reflect and change from her actions and things. I mean, the stuff that all this group chat stuff, this is before I even met her, you know?
The
Like,
-8 stuff is from after you met her.
I mean, yeah, but again, like, this is again something where, like, she said that -8 was a pedophile.
Yeah,
I mean,
then why is she like being like, oh, it's like let me pull up these screenshots again.
she just said that he was getting help, and I don't know enough about the dude. I don't know. Look, again, like I said, I'm not in a hive mind. I'm not in a hive mind with my girlfriend. I don't control every thought that she has, and I don't, you know.
Listen, yeah, I get that you like, oh, we differ on some things. I just think that you'd be different, like, differing on defending pedophiles is something that I probably wouldn't differ on, and I'd probably get pretty mad about. I'm not telling you go fucking chew out your girlfriend to get her to fucking like shoot herself or something. All right, I'm not telling you to do that, but it's like, it's good that you're having conversations with her about this and being like, dude, this is really fucked up, you gotta go get help. But it's like, I still don't get the point of making this like do you think that what's your opinion on like furries, for example? How give me like a rough estimate of how many, like, the percent of furries that you think are like really like porn addicted. Because
what is the
no, the reason that I'm asking this is because that from what it seems, you are related to a lot of furries. Yes.
I guess that's fair. I mean, I guess I have a fair amount of furry friends, and none of them are like, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So why I think you made the video was you don't like that Ruben is mad at furries and doesn't like them for having this fucking problem in the fandom.
So that's why,
like, I'm not crafting a fucking narrative.
And that's just, I understand why you have that view, and I understand why you came to that conclusion. But the reason I made that video, in all honesty, is because I was a fan of Ruben, and I like some of his videos, and I actually, even back in the day when I was an earlier, younger content creator, about the age of 15, I actually made videos like at his defense and talking about, you know, why I think like his videos are good and whatnot. And I am disappointed by his, like, you know, the things that he's you know, his like furry shit that he has said and shit, because I think he can do genuine good on the platform, and I think this is like, this rage baiting people on Twitter is, I think, just kind of stupid.
But listen, he's still exposing these people for being like disgusting degenerates for the most part. He's still doing it.
I agree. I think that's good, but I think like tying it in with some, like, again, I don't want to relitigate shit from a video that's down that I'm not, you know, like, I'm not here to like cast more. I'm not here to like cast more shots at Ruben. Ruben and I are cool. Ruben and I are not like, you know, I'm not going for more like public dunks on him, and I don't want to be like, you know, tricked into a conversation where I'm like now having to defend points of a video that I took down specifically because I am not doing this anymore.
Like, why are you not doing this anymore? Is it because here, let me pull up the call thing, because I heard...
Sure, go ahead. I made a deal with Ruben. I made a deal with Ruben specifically because I want this shit to be over with. Like I said, my girlfriend's life is not worth stupid internet drama.
It's not, I would agree. But it's like...
I'm not going to die on this hill. And the clip that was... Because I was in the... last night, I was like... Because I don't go on these like Kiwi Farms threads. I don't go on the Soy Jack Party threads and shit, because I you know, like, I didn't do that after I made the video because I didn't want to see people like, I didn't want to just be like swamped in a wave of people just saying dumb shit about me that sucked, you know. But I went on the thread last night and I saw that there was this clip that was being circulated of me saying like, I don't take back what I said in the video. I did this like for my... That was before we made the agreement. That was from the first call that we had, and that was before we actually made the agreement.
So then now you take it back.
I wouldn't say I take back everything in the video, but I would say I wouldn't. I mean, I certainly wouldn't be as cocky about it. I'm not here to like die on the hill of whatever shit I said, you know. It's not worth my well-being, and it's certainly not worth my girlfriend's life.
So yeah, so are you saying, like, let me get this straight. I don't want to put words in your mouth, okay? But are you saying like you regret saying a lot of the stuff in the Ruben video and in the response video, or what? Like what's going on here?
I guess to an extent, but only because of the, like, if this had nothing to do with my girlfriend, you know, but the thing is that at this point that's inevitable. Like, it's gonna have something to do with my girlfriend, obviously, you know.
Okay.
Because that's just what, you know, people are gonna swing at me. They're gonna swing at my girlfriend too.
Yeah. The shots were initially fired at your girlfriend. And
Exactly.
Assuming you came in to defend her to some extent. Not like defend her specifically by going after Ruben, but it's like it seems like that was a pretty big factor in the reason you made that video on Ruben in the first place.
The initial video, I would say, like the first one that I made like over a year ago, I would say yes, yeah. But the video that I made, like the Ruben derangement syndrome video one, I would say no, it was not made like to defend my girlfriend's honor. There were aspects of it in like the middle parts of it that were because of the things that Ruben said about her, but overall, like the majority of the criticisms and things, whether, you know, what you have to say about them or not, were not, they didn't have anything to do with my girlfriend. And they were not motivated by, you know, whatever Ruben had said about her. Again, I just want this shit to be over. I don't want to have to.
I get that.
I don't want to have to author some video, you know, like responding to this, because then, you know, then what? Then this whole thing's gonna come back, and then, you know.
Okay.
Like.
Okay. Cause here's the thing. I get that you don't want to have to deal with this anymore. I would prefer if I didn't have to fucking deal with ultimately what is your fucking internet drama. I uploaded the video. I uploaded my video criticizing you.
Yeah.
So I mean I'm of course part of this now. So
Yeah.
dig my grave and fucking lie in it. But well, it's not really much of a grave. I don't think that anything that I said is gonna fucking get me absolutely destroyed. I can edit out. Listen, I'm willing to edit out the parts of the fucking Twitter shit, because that's I got that wrong. So I find that that's not really extreme. I still think that by you saying that the kids were not uncomfortable, that it's like because what's the point?
I explained to you what the point of that was.
Because you said it was.
I said that one specific person said that they were not like this, that, or the other about it, and that they told other people to not use these screenshots. That's the reason that I said that. But
that's not the same as them saying that. Like, because I don't know why would. You just brought up.
I never said that they could consent to it.
You just brought up what they like wanted to. You just brought up their perspective to bring up their perspective.
I said yes. That's why I said I talked to the victims there. I talked to the victims there to get their perspective on it, and I put their perspective in the video, and I made us like I drew conclusions on what they said to me.
Because then that person is saying that since they didn't feel uncomfortable, it's fine. Is that what you're saying? That person said that kids could consent?
No.
I would say that yes, that at the very least that person said that they could consent because they didn't feel uncomfortable with it back then.
That's not. I don't think that's the same thing.
I would argue it's the same thing, because like, dude.
I never said.
Because then they're saying, are they saying? Because like it looks like they're saying that what Tyler did isn't wrong. That's what it looks like they're saying in the fucking screenshot. Because they're like, oh no, Tyler wasn't that weird. I still don't think this, right?
Okay.
Like that's what they're saying.
If they did say that, I said in the video that I disagree with that.
I think you said that they were weird. That doing that was weird.
No,
that was
said
definitely
that it shouldn't
weird.
happen. I said
shouldn't
that it
happen.
shouldn't happen.
Yeah, but like
it's irresponsible and it shouldn't happen. That's what I said. And you're claiming that I'm defending it, and you're claiming that I said that kids can consent, and that is just completely vile in my opinion.
dude. Like, cause hold on, cause at the end of it, don't you fucking like talk about? Hold on, let's pull this up again.
Look, man, you can keep the video up, but take
Hold on.
all this shit that has to do with me out of it. This is nothing that this is shit that like you saying that I said minors can consent. You saying that I like this shit that had to do with Dilly that happened when I was a fucking minor. Like
I don't understand. Like, okay, because listen.
And take my name out of this like clickbait title and thumbnail and shit.
I'm watching this fucking video. Give me a second.
Because right now it's like it's like click farming off of my name as.
Hold on. I'm watching this fucking clip again because
sure. Go ahead.
I missed the end part of this.
Sure, go ahead.
Wait, you said you don't think that a... You said, hold on, at 10...
I don't think an adult, an 18-year-old,
like
making
10:50.
an inappropriate
You
joke
said,
in the
like,
midst of a 15 or 16-year-old is
10:50.
like predatory activities. Irresponsible? Sure. Pedophilia?
You said 10:54. You said you don't think an 18-year-old...
Yeah, I just
adult,
watched this. I know what I said. I just watched this section.
So you think that you downplaying it as just a joke is weird.
I didn't say it was just a joke.
You said it was just a joke at 10.
All I said, the bar there is incredibly low. All I said is that I don't think that it's like literally pedophilic. That is what
I don't think
said.
that's literally pedophilic. I don't think that is pedophilic either. Okay, I don't think that this is
agree. Then
no,
we agree.
but I think that it is grooming, and I think that it is dangerous. Okay, like I don't understand, like. Because you said one thing and then you're immediately downplaying it afterwards. You're immediately saying, no, but the victims in this situation are the real opinions that only matter here, and it's just a joke. So why do you care?
I didn't say that afterwards.
You said
all that first. I said all that first. I said I did, and I
You
didn't
said
even
none of
say-
the victims said anything like that. You said that the victims didn't say anything at the time.
Oh, you're talking about okay. I mean but that's just true though.
Yeah, they didn't say anything at the time, but why does that make it less bad? Like I don't get it. You're trying to be like, yes, this is bad, but the kids didn't say anything, so why is this bad? Like
I didn't say that. I said the exact. I never said that it wasn't bad. All I did was just add the context of what the people said there. I didn't say that it was like, oh, like somehow magically okay because the kids said it. I just said that they didn't allege that that was the case, and I think that's important context that deserves to be shared.
That they didn't.
I think that like that the reason I said
so
it's
you
bad is because
saw-
I think it's still okay to like come to the conclusion like it's still clearly not okay. It's still clearly not okay, but I also think that you should like consider what the people who actually experienced it. I think you should actually consider their opinions. That's why I put their opinions in the fucking video.
Fucking grooming, so like they're like, dude. So they're gonna be fucking having a bias one towards being like, oh, I didn't think anything was bad at the time, and then you're like, look, they didn't think anything was bad at the time. If not, that just makes it worse, right? Because that shows that she made it normal to fucking send porn in the group chats and send suggestive material in the fucking group chats.
Okay, at this point, this is not shit that I said. Like,
Dude.
at this point, you're just building off shit that you're building off of like a further hypothesis and shit that is not like it's not evident by the video. It isn't evident by the context of the messages at all. This is not like neither you or I know that. Neither you or I know that like what that she was like sending shit in here that like made it magically okay or whatever.
It's not that it made it magically okay. It's that, listen, these are like 13, 14, 15-year-olds, okay? Tyler,
They were also. You also said that their age was like as young as 13. That's not true.
yeah, no, that's
The
true.
youngest age was 15.
Let's pull this up because
Go ahead.
there's.
The
Okay.
youngest.
I
the person
don't-
in the
I don't-
stands-
listen,
The person in the
there-
stands,
there's
for
a name-
example,
listen.
is 15, and they turned 16.
Yeah, I know.
Like, shortly after that. The
I know.
person in the
No,
first
no, no,
image
no,
is
no, wait,
17.
wait,
That's
wait,
yes,
wait, wait,
that's
wait,
like
wait,
a
wait,
year
wait,
younger
wait.
than Tyler.
There was someone in all three chats who was born in 2008. So at the time in 2022, they would have been 13 years old.
I think I know who you're talking about, and that person was 14. And
That person-
also, that person was in none of the like screenshots and none of the messages that people were like harping on. If that person
They
was
still would have
seriously like
seen it.
a
They still
victim,
would
and
have
it's
seen.
well, then I would like to see like at least
Like they're in the chat. They still would have seen something because they were active in the chat.
Okay. Then I mean, again, this is not. I'm not gonna die on this hill of like shit that my girlfriend did, man.
Dude,
I'm not here to die on this hill.
exposed for lying. What the freak? No, but it's like, why are you like immediately backpedaling? Like
Well,
I don't get it.
in part because there's like a good amount of stuff that I didn't know. There's a good amount of stuff that came out even after that video, shit that I didn't know. And I'm not gonna die on this hill. I said in the video that I think it was wrong. I think it shouldn't have happened. All I did was I drew the line at it being pedophilic. That was it.
You said you drew the line at it being grooming.
Well, they were also they were alleging that Tyler was literally a pedophile for that. They were not saying that it was grooming. They were saying that Tyler was
Okay.
that it was a pedophilic action. They were not saying.
Well,
that.
I said that Tyler wasn't a pedophile in my video, so
Okay, then we.
I said that I thought that it was grooming and that it was child endangerment and that it was bad.
So I mean, I'll
I don't know.
I'll agree that I think it's child endangerment. I think it was bad. I think it shouldn't have happened. We can agree on that, and I don't defend
Okay.
that shit at all. That's why the video is down, and that's why I'm walking away from this. And I'm not, I'm putting my hands in the air. I'm waving the white fucking flag over this.
Okay.
I don't want to be tied into this and be like, this guy's like defending, X, Y, and Z, when a good amount of the stuff that you also just lie about in the video, and you say that I like probably knew about it, and this, that, or the other, and I didn't know about it. I didn't know about
You
it.
didn't know about. Okay, then I'm surprised. I said that I would be surprised if you didn't know about that. I said like
I didn't know about the
I-
-8 stuff. I didn't know about the Zootopia stuff. I didn't know about
Okay.
like the stuff in my server. I didn't know about any of that shit.
Okay.
And I'm putting my
Then-
hands in the air. I don't fucking defend it. I don't fucking defend
Okay.
it. This is my
Okay.
girlfriend, and I don't know shit about this.
Okay. I'm glad to get your opinion a little more straight because like it seems like you're saying that yes, all this happened, yes, all this sucks, yes, my girlfriend did endanger children, and that you're getting help for her. So
Yeah, and there's
Okay.
there's no but. There's no but there.
Okay.
There's no but being
Then-
like, oh,
then all I would
but, like,
say-
no,
all I would say,
I
say,
acknowledge it was bad, and yes, I'm getting her help.
yeah, I know. All I would say, it's good that she's off the internet. It's good that she's getting help.
Yes.
I would recommend her to stay off the internet until she can really sort this shit out.
Yeah, she is not coming back anytime soon. That is just
Okay.
from that's what I've advised her to do, and that's also just what she has said herself, that she's not going to be having a public presence.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay then. It seems is there absolutely anything that you still don't like in my video other than the Twitter stuff? Is there anything other than that? Because I'm pretty sure you still, again, backpedaled and said that the kids in fucking defense was important. Because I like.
That's completely different. I think what the kids said was important. I think their testimony, and I think the things that they supplied to me was important, and that's why I put it in the video. You said that I said kids can consent, and that is not what I said at all. I didn't say that.
I mean, you said that like. What do you think people are gonna get out of important context? What context is there? Oh, the kids said that it was fine, so therefore it was fine at the time. So we shouldn't like why is the context there important?
But I disagreed with that in the video. But I didn't say that. I said that it was not okay, that I think it shouldn't have happened, and that regardless
So do you think-
of whether
you said you
I
thought it
said
was-
specifically that even regardless of if it was a quote-unquote joke or not, that you shouldn't be sending R34 in a group chat that has kids in it.
Yeah, but then you said it wasn't grooming.
I said
So
that
then
it
what
wasn't
is it?
pedophilic. I said that it wasn't a pedophilic action because
You
they
said
were
it wasn't
literally alleging-
grooming. You said it. I watched that whole clip, and you said
because
it
I
wasn't
don't-
grooming.
Yeah.
I think you can groom someone without it being intentionally pedophilic. I think that that's possible because you can open them up to
Well, I
worse
think in
sexual
order. So
experiences in
here's the thing.
future.
I think in order to show that someone groomed someone, I think you need to show some clear like culpability. Every single instance that I have seen of that I have called out and that I have put on my channel of someone grooming someone else is like, let's say, you know, an adult like owner of a game who's using their platform to, you know, have ERPs with children or whatever. That right there immediately can indict someone as a groomer, as a pedophile, because they are engaging in an action that is they are engaging in a sexual action with a kid, and they are engaging with it sexually and this, that, or the other. This is it, like
It's an adult.
shit like this is not black and white, you know. It's
Maybe,
not
but
evident
it's
to
like-
me from the chat logs there that Tyler is engaging with this in a sexual manner.
Well, she would be 18. Well, wait, how is it not engaging in this with a sexual manner? It's sending porn. Porn is literally like sex. Like what?
Like, there's a difference between sending, like, let's go back to like the Sans one, for example. There's a difference between like
Okay.
sending that and saying something like, oh, like, fuck yeah, like, this is so hot, you know, and then mentioning a kid and being like, look at this, so hot, so sexy, whatever. And then sending something like that and responding afterwards with LMFAO.
Okay, then what about the fucking the censored nudity where they're going like verbal like typing out a fucking moan? Like what's up with that?
They didn't type out a moan.
Yeah, they did. I can pull up the screenshot right now.
Sure, go ahead. I can pull it up too. They didn't do that.
Hold on. Where's the pick with all of the messages? Because there's one where
And
it's-
that's with a 17-year-old who is a year younger than Tyler.
I still think that that's weird.
And that was the person who specifically said that they didn't want their screenshots to be used, and that's why I said that in the video. And again, you cut those clips together to make it seem like I was saying that, like, that it was applying to the Sans thing, and that's really fucking deceptive. That's really deceptive. And you
Applying
did
to
that
the
intentionally. You did that intentionally because that clip comes before that, and yet you still decided to put it in afterwards as if it was me talking about the Sans thing, and it wasn't.
Here's the thing. Oh my goodness gracious, Arg, drooling so hard right now, holy moly. She's so awesome, real mommy.
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. Like, yeah.
That seems like a sexual thing. That seems pretty sexual. And it's in front of a bunch of kids.
It's in front of a bunch of kids, and the person that you're responding to there is like a year younger than Tyler.
Yeah, but it's in front of a bunch of kids. A bunch of kids saw this. Let's see. Scroll down how far until another person talks. Not even a few minutes after. And they're replying to it with, this is a dead link, dead image. Oh, and they said, I still don't know why people think Viagra pills makes your dick bigger if it's just a pill telling your body to stay blood down there. Like why are they talking about Viagra?
Why
Like,
are
this
they?
is-
That's someone saying that of their own accord.
To a 19-year-old, an 18, 19-year-old. Like what? This is like, how is this of their own accord?
Because
I
they
get that
said
they're
it
not being
themselves.
forced. I get that
Nobody
they're not
told them to
dude,
say that.
I get they're not they don't have a fucking gun to their head, but why do they feel comfortable about saying that to a 19-year-old when this is a 15-year-old, I think.
No, I'm pretty sure that was the 17-year-old.
No, the 15-year-old said the Viagra pills.
Okay,
I scrolled
again,
down to this.
the ones that I have are all like they're all censored screenshots. So excuse me on that. But
Okay.
then you know, like I said, like I'm not gonna defend that. I'm not gonna defend that.
I'm not asking you to say that you're not going to defend that. I'm asking you, does this look like grooming to you? Because I would say that this looks like grooming to me.
I would say that someone, again, that's just like a pretty like passive conversation where they're like talking about just like sex products.
Viagra, sex products and Viagra are just like a passive conversation.
There doesn't.
Oh yeah, I love going to my family reunion and then asking my uncle, oh hey uncle, what size butt plug
That's
do you have?
not what I'm saying. That's literally not what I'm saying.
Dude. I don't know.
Okay.
Whatever.
Like I get that it's like easy to like clip farm off of stuff like that and get like a gotcha moment or whatever. I get that.
This isn't supposed to be a gotcha moment. I'm literally trying to figure out, this looks like grooming to me, and then you say it's not grooming, and then I look through it and I see sexual messages being sent between a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old, and I think that that's pretty weird, and that looks like grooming. And there's porn being sent in this chat, and some of these kids are, again, as young as 13.
Again, man, I don't defend this. I don't defend the shit.
That's not what I'm saying, though. I'm saying, like, how are you calling this not grooming? I'm not saying you don't... Like, I'm not saying you're defending this. I'm saying you're calling this not
Your
grooming.
video is saying that I'm defending it.
Yeah, I mean... then if it's not that, then what the fuck is... Because you don't... if you don't explicitly say consent, then why aren't you explicitly saying... This is child exploitation, because I don't think you say the word child exploitation or child abuse.
Yeah, but I also didn't say the word consent at all, and you're claiming that I said that kids could consent. I never said that.
Yeah, I know. Then why are you... Okay. Dude.
That, at the very least, that needs to be edited. Look, again, just edit that shit out. That shit is not fucking true. I didn't say that.
Then what's the point of bringing up the victim's fucking...
I just said the reason that
point
I think it's important context, because I think the victims deserve to be listened to, but not to a fault. Not to a fault, and that's why I said that it was still bad.
Then why didn't you point out that you disagreed that just because they felt uncomfortable at the time, that it's not like that? It's because you said that it's not grooming.
I said that just because
This is grooming,
I said just because it's a joke. I said even if as a joke, I don't think you should be sending shit like that in a group chat. That's what I said.
Okay, but you're still saying like it's not grooming though, and then you're saying
if you had
this is
dealt with
important
all of
context.
the instances of grooming and shit that I have dealt with over my years of time as a content creator, I think you would come to the same conclusion. I have seen
I've
pretty
seen just
horrendous
as many
and awful shit, and even Ruben agreed in conversation that I had with him that this is like pales in comparison to all of it.
Yeah, it's probably less serious, but it's still grooming. Like, I don't... It doesn't have to be extreme, like, and then I rip out my 18-inch penis. Like it doesn't have to be that extreme. It can still be grooming. You can still be grooming a child into being open, into talking sexually with adults.
So you know what? All right, you know what? I can agree with you on part of this. I think it was indirectly.
Okay.
Indirectly... I think that's indirectly grooming, indirectly child endangerment. I'll agree with you there. I think it was indirect.
Okay.
Indirect.
That's fine with me. But like, so okay, but I want to make sure, because you were talking about the kids' voices being important. Okay, I don't deny that they're not important, but then why are you just like bringing them up and then not elaborating on their specific points?
But I did. That was like the...
You just said, yeah, I think that this is weird. And that was, you didn't like look at me like, this person said they didn't feel uncomfortable at the time. This could still be like...
Okay, so let me give you the actual sequence of events. So I gave the experience of the victims, like in order. I gave each of their things, and I elaborated on the things that they said.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the very end of it, I said, to summarize, this, that, or the other, and I said that, no, I do not think that it was okay. I think it was irresponsible, and I think that even as I said specifically, even as a joke, you shouldn't be sending shit like that.
I know, yeah.
So that was all afterwards. I put the victims' experiences and the things that they said about it first, and then I gave my actual thoughts on it.
But then why didn't you respond to them saying, like, not uncomfortable? Like, does that not jump out to you when you see someone saying, oh, I was comfortable with it at the time? Does that not jump out to you as strange? Did that not jump out to you as strange in that moment? Why aren't you talking about that? It's not. It's a pretty short passage. I think that anyone would point that out and be like, "This person is saying that they didn't feel uncomfortable at the time." I think that even if they think that that's not true, kids still can't consent to sexual acts and actions Because
I mean, I guess you know, I mean, I
video.
guess you're right. I guess I probably should have said that, but I think the reason that I probably didn't is because it's kind of redundant. You know what I mean? Like,
to comment on this person's like views.
well, I
and then
think it's
being,
redundant
like,
that I have to
oh,
get up and say kids can't consent when that's like something that's obviously true. I guess I didn't assume
we
that
can't- we
people would
can't
like
tell that-
come away from my video thinking that I said kids could consent.
Well, because you put that in there, and then it's like you put that in there. It should jump out to you and be like, wait a minute, this is what this person's saying. I better comment on this to make sure that people know my own opinion. Like you kind of have to do that to make sure that people don't look at this and be like, wait, why didn't he say anything about this? Did this not come out as weird to him? Does he agree with this? Does he like because that's what it looks like. Do you not?
I mean,
Get
okay,
that?
I guess I get that, but again, the video's down. The video's down. I'm not here to relitigate shit I said in the video. The video's down. The
Okay.
video's down for a reason.
But you still fucking said it.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. Yeah.
Okay, then you say I should have said that they can
Yeah, I guess
consent.
I should have gone in more detail
and-
because
and
I
that
didn't
it
realize
was-
that people
and that
would
it
like
was indirect.
deceptively come away from this video thinking that I said kids could consent. I guess I
Okay.
didn't, factor in that people would be that deceptive with what I said in the video.
Okay, and you also said that it was indirect grooming.
Yep, I'll agree with you with that, and that is factoring in things that I didn't know at the time.
Okay, is there anything else that you disagree with me on from that video? Anything at all? Because I've covered all the bases I think I needed to right now.
I mean, I think the framing. I think you also just were wrong about the framing of like a lot of the shit that happened, and I think regardless of whether or not like what you have to say about it, I think setting it up in like a way where you're not even being accurate about the actual events that transpired, I think is pretty, shitty. Like, because I don't want people coming around saying like that this, that, or the other happened, and it isn't what happened. Even if it's just like small details, like you saying that the reason that Mods for Dummies did this was because of my girlfriend's porn account, and in reality they had no idea that she had a porn account. That was something they didn't know existed. The entire reason that they went after her was because she had 18 plus in her bio. The framing where you said that they started an investigation against me is also not true. The thing where you said that Ruben then was making a video on me and after I said all this, and that also isn't true.
He was making a video.
Let me actually
He was
finish,
making
please.
a video.
He then threatened to make a video at the very last minute. And then as soon as he threatened to make a video, I then said I would take mine down. He was not making a video like after this, shit happened or whatever. That's just also just not what happened at all.
Okay, well.
And also you said that we were exposed as porn addicts. I am not a porn addict. I was not
your girlfriend
exposed.
is.
I was not. I don't care. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
You're saying that I was. I wasn't. I wasn't.
When did I even say that?
You said, okay. I'll just go back to. You said that my girlfriend and I were exposed as giant porn addicts.
Oh, as giant gooners, yeah.
At 1:38, you said that. I wasn't.
You weren't?
I am not a porn addict.
You're not a porn addict. You don't jerk off to porn. You don't watch porn.
I am not a porn addict. You made a serious allegation there. Porn addiction is a seriously debilitating thing. Fuck you, bro. What am I? Oh, I watch porn once a week, and I like. You see how ridiculous that is? You see how ridiculous that is? I am not a porn addict.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
No, don't okay, buddy. Me, I'm not a fucking porn addict. You said something that's like objectively
funny.
not true.
It's not true. It's not true.
Yes, it is not true. You provided no evidence to supply that it is. You didn't.
Darn.
Yeah, darn. You lied.
Bro, you sound like a Cheeto. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I guess you were following her porn account, but I mean, like, that's again your girlfriend, so.
Okay, so I also explained the reason that I was following that account. I followed that account for a brief period of time, and that was to get evidence against her abusive ex-boyfriend because there was shit on there that was relevant to that. There was shit that he made her draw and pressured her into drawing. It was under a part of my video called coercive sex, which is a form of abuse.
Okay.
So that's, and I explained that in the video that you should have seen.
Did you just not have, like, saved her fucking Twitter? Like, why do you need to follow it?
Because it was a private account. I couldn't have got access to the stuff that was on the account. It was a private account.
Dang.
It was a private account.
So you said my framing of it was bad?
Yes, you set up like pretty much every detail that you try and recount as like as what happened in the situation did not happen.
Okay. So why does
You also said that I called Ruben racist. I did not call him racist. You also said that I didn't provide evidence for anything I said in the video, and I put evidence for every single claim on screen.
Okay. Might have to rewatch that video then. But I don't know. I just don't see how me.
You also claimed that I was keeping things in the video, despite knowing that they were false. And here's the actual thing about that: the feature where you could cut out stuff from the middle of a video, like in the YouTube video editor, that's actually a relatively new addition. I've been a content creator for many years, and at the time that the last time that I needed to do something like that or cut something out of a video was, I think, about over a year ago, and the only thing that you could do is you could trim a video, and you could like trim it from one end or the other. You could trim off things at the beginning or an end, you could crop it out, but you could not take out specific clips in the middle of it. That's a relatively new feature.
I get that's a new feature, but like I've been making videos for 2 months, and even I know about that. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, and so here's the thing.
That's pretty big, especially for making drama videos, and you're fucking up your story.
I haven't had to cut something out of a video like that. And as soon as Ruben told me that that was something that I could do, I offered to do it. But then I just took the video down instead.
Okay.
So that's also just you saying that I kept it in despite.
Well, again, this is something that I didn't have like evidence for. I didn't see this. I didn't have this on hand.
Well,
so I guess whatever.
You shouldn't have said it then. You shouldn't have said it.
If you don't have evidence
for it, then you shouldn't have said it.
That you didn't cut it out. You didn't cut it out. It was right there, and
you
You
also say that I kept it in, like that I refused to do this. You had no evidence of that.
Bro.
All that you know is that I didn't cut it out. You have no idea why. You have no idea if I even like. You had no idea of any of that, and you said that I refused to cut it out, and that's not true.
Okay.
You also say that the threads were created after the video. That's not true. The Shardy thread predated the video by weeks. And again, they did not launch it. Yep, the Shardy thread predated my Ruben video by weeks.
Shardy thread was made. This current Shardy thread was made 28 days ago.
They remade that because the original one was archived and taken down.
Yeah, the original one was a different thing. The original one was because your girlfriend had 15 plus in her.
The original one was made by the same people. They are made by the same people.
They remade, like, that's like, I'm talking about this thread. This thread was made after you made the Rubenson video. Like,
no, you said in the video you were talking about, you said that these threads were made and shit like that.
By these I meant the Soy Jack Party thread and the Kiwi Farms thread. The Kiwi Farms thread was made.
That one was made after the video, but it was the original thing.
Yeah, then these videos were both made after your fucking Rubenson video.
No, so that thread again, like I said, that thread is a repeat of a thread that already existed and had existed for weeks.
Yeah, but I'm implying these newer threads, right? I'm implying that it's these threads because these are the fucking threads that I'm getting all this evidence from. The only evidence that I got from a different thread was the Twitter stuff.
I'm gonna say I don't really care about the Kiwi Farm stuff, but I would also just say for experience, maybe don't link and support and advertise your stuff on a thread that is like harassing me. Maybe don't do that. And I'm just telling you right now because
don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care that because it's people who are going to watch the fucking video.
Okay, so you're linking in the description though to a thread where people can go and harass me.
Dude, what? It's where the evidence is. It's where all the evidence is.
You think that's all those
where
stories
all-
are? You think that's what all that shit is?
That's
all
what
it is?
that's where all the evidence is. That's where literally every single screenshot that I had used for is in there. If I want to link the evidence, I have to link to there, or else it's not gonna be like, dude. Like I could make a big fucking Google Drive. Do you want me to fucking do that?
There was a Google Drive that you could have linked, actually.
There was a Google Drive with the porn stuff in it, but not with every single piece of image of stuff that I had used. Look, the drive containing the evidence. If I click on this, it's just all stuff that Tyler had drawn, and a few things.
Okay, you also say in the video
very
as
few
well,
things
you also
that
say
they'd
that
sent.
Tyler would be a sex offender because she had the 15+ thing in her bio, and that she was like sending. She
Sending
was a
porn to-
minor herself when she did that.
She was 18 when she sent the porn in the group chat, so that would.
Okay,
be,
but that's not what you were talking
that would
about
be a
there.
problem.
I have the specific part of the video. You were building on the thing that she had, the 15+ that she had in her old porn account. That was
she would
done when
still
she
be-
was a minor.
She would still be a sex offender for sending the stuff in the Discord group chat. That's still.
That's
be
not what you were
illegal.
talking about, though. You weren't talking.
Yeah,
about
that's not. Yeah, but even if she would still be, if I remove that, then that point would still stand.
You're still lying about the thing about her porn account. That's not what I'm saying right now. You were lying. You were building off of that, and you were saying that makes her a sex offender because.
Okay,
she's sharing-
listen. We've already elaborated that I'm getting rid of the fucking Twitter stuff. Even if I kept that in, she's still like technically considered a sex offender because she sent porn in a group chat full of.
Well, then you
kids
should
under the
say
age of
that
18.
over the stuff there, and not because of something that isn't true.
Okay. Whatever. Then my point still stands. She still committed a crime.
Then you should say it over the thing, and you also say you also say the crimes of this. Remove my name from this title. Remove my name from this title and quit implying that I committed a crime here. I didn't do anything.
Fine, I'll remove your name from the title. I'll remove you from the fucking thumbnail. I'll keep the fact that you were in this fucking because ultimately you are part of this fucking
Sure,
drama. Okay?
that's okay. And you know what? Making fair criticisms against the things I said is totally okay. But you don't get to then say things that I didn't actually say in the video and cut clips together to deceptively make it look like I said things that I didn't say.
I mean, you did like. Do you want me to listen? Because at this point, I'm gonna have to fucking remake the entire goddamn video, right? Like, because now I have to pull up these other fucking clips. Do you want me to remake the fucking video? Because I can grab the clips that you where you are saying things that.
I would appreciate if you did, yeah. I would appreciate if you did. Or you could just like stay
gonna
out
be
of this and
fucking-
just take it down.
It's gonna be a work and a half to fucking remake this, but sure. You know what? I need
Again,
new
you don't
topics.
have to. You could just take the damn thing down and you could just not get involved in this.
I mean, I don't want to not get involved in it because I think that. Well, I mean, I think that like it's a good fucking story. It's something that needs to be talked about. This happened.
Well, there are
So
plenty of
why-
people that
why-
already talked. I mean, Ruben Sim himself has already talked about it.
He hasn't. He hasn't uploaded a video on it.
He already
talked about it,
sent
but he
thousands of people. He sent thousands of people to talk. I assure you, as the person who's
I've
been on the receiving
seen- I
end
have
of this,
seen-
as
listen,
the person who's been on the receiving
I
end
have
of this,
seen-
I
do you want-
assure you, people have talked about it.
I have not seen a single video fully detailing every single piece of evidence and every single fucking claim. Okay. That's I've not seen a single
go ahead,
video
then
that
you
like
can do
that.
that, but I'm just telling you. Then don't yes, you're gonna have to do some reworking on this because you were just wrong. You were wrong, and you
Wrong
said things that
about
were not
again.
true. And I
Wrong
just
about
explained to you
literally
what it
the
was.
Twitter thing, and that was it. And then I had to fucking re-put in some new clips.
Yeah,
It's
because
not that I
you
was
said
wrong.
said
It's that I
kids
used
can
the wrong
consent.
clips.
No, you said that
You put
deceptively put
that,
those together.
dude. You put the fucking. Why do you think that the kids' fucking messages are important? Like, why are you bringing this kid's messages up and then not being like,
listening to
I
these
think
kids
that this is
fucking
wrong?
okay. I think that
I
you
get that it's
should listen to
okay.
them.
Listen, I'm not saying that it's not okay. I'm saying that you're pulling this
Why
up
did
and then
you
you're not
cut
saying
those
anything
clips
about
together? Why did you cut a clip
Why
that
did I?
was from
Because those
before
were the
it?
clips.
You
because
cut a clip that was
listen,
from before it,
listen,
and you tried to apply it to the
you
thing
want me
after
to
it.
explain what I did to cut those clips? The night before I uploaded that video, the night before I made that video fully, I watched through your video that you were making. I grabbed clips that I thought were important, and I put them in that little segment that because I knew that was what it was talking about. I guess I was wrong. I guess I had put the wrong clips in there. That's on me. But you still said this. That's still in the video that you said.
And I never
Like,
said the kids can consent.
You put it in there, and it's a fucking, you omitted anything about saying that the kids can't consent. You put the fucking person's opinion in there, and then
I didn't
think
anything like that. It's not even.
You didn't think to. You didn't think to fucking. You didn't even. No, they said that we felt comfortable at the time, so I don't see why this is a problem. That's,
and then guess what?
You said it was. You thought it was a. You said you thought.
You can let me finish.
What the fuck? I'm gonna try to finish, and then you're just fucking talking over me. I'm trying to point out that person said that, and then you said nothing about how this is a fucking weird statement to say. Like, it's so weird how this did not just immediately jump out to you as strange.
So one person said that they weren't uncomfortable by it, and you know what? That was the person in the sand image. And then you know what I said afterwards? I said that it was irresponsible. I said it shouldn't have happened, and I said that you shouldn't be sending shit like that. That was one person who said that they weren't made uncomfortable by it. The first person didn't even say that. The first person said that they didn't feel like they were groomed, made uncomfortable, this, that, and they specifically said that they didn't want to be involved in this, and they told the people involved, and that's the reason that I brought it up. And you keep going, oh, why would you do this? Why would you bring that up? And I said multiple times that the reason I brought it up is because I think their input is necessary, because they told them not to do it.
Listen, you're not understanding. You're putting this in there, and then you're seeing how both. I get how both they're saying, oh, they put it in there, but because you're just putting their fucking thing in there. Everyone who's looking at that doesn't see, oh, they just said that they didn't want their shit being in the video. They said, oh, they didn't want their shit being in the video, and they said they felt that they were comfortable with the porn at the time. Why, like, I see this, and then you say nothing about how they felt comfortable at the time receiving and sending this shit.
I said that it was not okay.
You said that it wasn't okay, but you didn't point out that, oh my god, dude. You didn't point out that what the kids said was wrong. You pointed out, okay, this is what the kids said. I think it is wrong, but the kids said that they felt comfortable at the time. I'm just saying.
I specifically said that the whole, like, it was a joke thing. I said that was not, that is not okay. I said that.
Dude, you're not picking this up. I don't care that, like, I get you said that it was wrong, but you're trying to.
You're pontificating on something,
dude,
and being like, "Why didn't you say this? I didn't go. You didn't go far enough. You didn't go far enough to say this."
You did. You literally didn't. You put this person's testimony in there. They said that they felt comfortable with that at the time, and then you didn't be like, "I don't agree with this." By the way, this is what the victim is saying, and I don't agree with this. You just said this is what the victim said. Okay. The victim said this, and then you went on to say that.
Just because I let them say that doesn't mean that I agree with it. And you're saying.
But you didn't. You didn't elaborate on that at all. You just brought it up, and you didn't fucking say anything about it.
That's like, do you not see? Not true though, because I did say that it was not okay.
No, what I mean is you didn't say anything about it pertaining to that specific fucking thing. You just said, look, they said they didn't feel comfortable with the messages, and then you didn't fucking point out that other half of it where it's saying like, oh, I felt comfortable with it at the time. That should be something that should immediately point out to you, be like, oh, this is probably important. I probably want to elaborate my opinion on this too.
Okay, then I should.
Because no one's gonna assume
that. Doesn't mean that you get to say that I said that kids can consent.
By putting that in there, you are literally implying that you agree with this.
No, I'm not.
Like, I don't.
No,
yes,
I'm
you
not.
are.
No, the
yes,
fuck
you are.
I'm
You
not.
are not saying anything about it. It's literally just being like, this is what the victim said, by the way, guys. So believe the victim. Listen to the victim. Listen to what the victim says.
Yeah, and you know what? They did not say anything about consent. The word consent isn't even in that fucking part.
They said they felt comfortable with it at the time. What do you think fucking comfortable means? What do you think comfortable means? That they didn't agree to it being sent, but they were just tolerating it? No, that means that they were fine with it being sent. They were A-okay, aka consenting to having this sent to them.
And I didn't say all you have is that you have evidence. You said that I didn't say that wasn't okay. I also didn't say that it was okay. And you know what? I said the exact opposite at the very end. So you saying just because I said what they said doesn't mean that I agree with it.
Okay, because now you're talking about something else. Okay, now you're bringing up something else.
I am talking.
I'm pointing out how no, I said you didn't talk about the fucking consent part, and then now you're bringing up, well, you said that I said that it wasn't okay, and I'm like, well, that's a different thing. That's a different thing than the consent. No,
you're just saying that all I did was I didn't go far enough, and I didn't say this. That doesn't. You
did not go far enough. You didn't
that
say
doesn't
that.
mean though that I said. You said that I said that kids can consent, and all that you're saying is that I didn't go far enough to say that they didn't.
Yeah, you didn't, because you pulled up the thing. You said, listen to the victim. The victim said, oh, I felt comfortable at the time, so it's really not that bad. And then you just ignore that part of it. Like you're endorsing this person's message and you're ignoring what it says. Do you see how that's a problem now?
I mean, I guess, like,
Okay.
I guess, but again, this is all like you're drawing insane conclusions off of me not saying enough.
I'm thinking rational. You pulled it up. You said listen to the victim. The victim says, "Oh, I felt comfortable, so it's fine," and then you just didn't say anything about it. That's not drawing an insane conclusion. That's being like, "Whoa, why didn't you say anything?"
Conclusion, especially
because, dude, how is that insane?
Are you gonna let me actually talk, or are you gonna
go on, talk. Say what you want to say.
I think that's a pretty insane conclusion because what I said in the video was that it was not okay and that it's not something that should have happened and that I do not like that it happened. Yes, I think that's a pretty insane conclusion to draw. That I somehow was like, oh yes, it's okay because the kids said this, that, the other. That's a pretty insane conclusion to draw because that was what I said. I said what the victims told me, what their fucking testimony, and what the things that they wanted me to say. That's what they said. And then I said at the very end, and I summarized it. I summarized it at the very end, and I said that I think that it was not okay, and that I don't think it should have happened. And that you don't think it should have happened.
Like and then, but like I don't. You saying that doesn't imply, oh, but it was made a little like the person said, like, it wasn't that bad since I consented, something along those lines.
No, they did not say that. They did not say it was not that bad. They didn't say that.
Let's pull up this fucking message.
Go ahead.
Pull up this fucking message.
They didn't say that. They didn't say it's not that bad.
Hold on.
I can pull it up too. I have the whole file right here.
Fucking hell. Hold on, you said 10, is it 10:30?
Here, I'll just read to you. Okay, here's what the first victim said. They said, yeah, no, I don't know where they got the fact I was a victim in all this when I have never felt that I was groomed, made uncomfortable, or exposed to any explicit material when I was around her. Around that time in the screenshot, I was like 17, so it's not too far off, I guess. I told them not to bring me into any of this or use any material that may have me in it, even if it's censored, and they go against those wishes of mine and still include me in it like I'm a victim in any of this. Not sure if this provides any form of value to your response, but I appreciate you taking it into consideration. That's
Dude,
what they said.
They said that they didn't feel uncomfortable at the time with the fucking chats.
Yeah, and the thing that I focused on there was that they said not to use it in the video, and that these people went against their wishes.
I get that you focused on that, but you ignoring that other half of the statement looks really fucking bad, and makes anyone who's thinking rationally will look at that and be like, why the fuck are you not pointing this out? That's pretty glaring. That's like right fucking there.
I don't think that's a pretty fair judgment.
Then I think that you're fucking retarded, dude. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, that's not very nice of you to say, but.
Oh wow, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, retard.
Oh. I'm crying. You can't see it right now, but I am crying.
No.
So I mean, so I said in the video that it wasn't okay. I said in the video that it shouldn't have happened, that it was irresponsible, and I'm telling you now what I think about it in the full context of things, and you're still dying on this hill acting like I said shit and I didn't say it.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I don't care about what you're saying. Like right now, I get it that you're saying that the kids can't consent, and you are fully retracting that fucking any kind of implication that could have come across in that fucking video. I get that, but at that time when I made that video, all I saw was that, and I was like, "Whoa,
okay,
that's really
so now you
weird."
have the full context. So please,
now I have the full
take
context.
that down.
Sure,
and at least remake it and do not say some shit like that.
I'll replace it with what you fucking said if I can. Like again,
Sure.
I might have to just remake this whole fucking video.
Look, if you really want to go through it and you want to remake the video, then go ahead. But I'm not gonna stand for having a video that has like just all this shit that's just not true in it.
Okay, cause yeah, I'll fuck, like, again, I'll take out the fucking Twitter shit because I don't think that that's real. I still think that I'll keep in the part where you implied that, but then put that thing right afterwards, being like, hey, by the way, this guy said this. So I get that it comes across like that in the video. I'll replace the fucking evidence because the evidence is right there. It is in this video. I just put the wrong one in. I'll take that. But like, other than that, your girlfriend still did some pretty fucked up shit, and like I still think that this video
I agree.
I agree.
Believe me out of it. I didn't do any of the shit that my girlfriend did, and I'm telling you right now that I think it was not okay.
Listen, I'll leave you out of the thumbnail and the title, like you asked.
You can criticize my, like, actions or
I'll
whatever in
criticize
those
your video,
videos,
yeah.
but I didn't, like, like you saying this shit about how I probably knew about it, and that you'd be surprised if I didn't know about it, and then I, was probably like okay with it, or that
but at that time I
didn't know that I knew about this stuff and that I left it out of the video, and why would he leave this out and whatever. That's either stuff that I didn't know about, or that I just that came out afterwards.
I'll put in anything that you've said in this call to be like, I retract this statement. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I recorded on mine. I could send you this if you don't have it.
Yeah. There was like something with OBS where it like fucked up at some point and like,
I got you. I can send you the whole audio of this.
Yeah, but like it's again, there's things in here that you are saying that weren't said in that original video.
That's fair, but there's also because I hope you understand that's because there's a lot of things that were after this video. There's a lot of things that came out after this video.
Okay. I'm still making this video. I'll remake it. I'll try to make it in the fucking YouTube editor thing, because honestly getting 8,000 views back is going to be a pain in the ass, especially only having like 600 subs.
Well, I think if you take the video down and remake it with this stuff in it, I think especially because if you include the part where you actually talk to me in it, I think that would get you just as much as you did before.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Also, I've just been lucky with the YouTube algorithm. They fucking love me somehow. I don't know why. Okay. So are we all set now?
If you take the video now and put this one back up, put it like back up an edited version that has like like that actually where you add like this like context and things that I've said to you in this call, then I can like put there's a thing that I can do on my channel page where I can put like pin other videos that other people made. I can pin that on my channel page because I think that's important context to clear up to people.
Okay.
So
okay. Yeah. I might change like, cuz the background story, I get that it might not be completely 100% accurate. I don't really see how it affects much of the actual situation itself. However, I do think that yes, I could change some of this fucking framing, because it's a convoluted story ultimately in the beginning. Not a whole lot of it is like fully recorded. It's kind of hard. I was working with what I was given in that situation.
I understand. It's just when people that shit comes back to me, and then people will recount the story and say things that are just not true or didn't happen. So then I have to deal with the the repercussions of that, and that's just shitty. It's not that you deceptively did that, but it is still wrong.
At least I was able to talk to you and not some fucking moron who's like, this is full of misinformation, and then claiming some bullshit. Like, there was someone in my comments who claimed
I saw that, and that's
fucking spurg out, dude.
No, that shit's stupid. Yeah.
And ultimately, I don't want to like destroy your fucking career or anything. That's not what I'm going for here.
No, I understand that. I get that. It's just something that and I do agree. It's something that people should talk about and shit. But I just want people to actually get the facts right on it and know that I am not okay with this. So
Well, I'm glad that you cleared that up. I think I'm gonna go get Little Caesars for me and my brother for dinner.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you have a blessed evening.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Yeah, peace.